Hey bub, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Welcome back to the X-Centric Collector channel. I'm Talent the X-Centric Collector, and today, continuing with the X-Men 97 Wave 1, we're going to be covering Rogue. Let's get into it.
Cerebro Online.
Cerebro, pull up file X-Men 97 Wave 1 Rogue 2023.
Accessing file. Rogue X-Men 97 Wave 1 2023. Retail price $24.99. Accessories, alternate hands.
This Rogue figure came out in the X-Men 97 Wave 1 back in 2023. It retailed for $24.99, and she was kind of lacking in accessories. She only came with 2 alternate hands. One extra fisted hand and an ungloved reaching out hand. She came on the X-Men 97 card back, and on the back of the box you can see the other figures that came in the wave, as well as a picture of the figure. And with that, let's take a look at X-Men 97 Rogue out of the package.
And we have our X-Men 97 Rogue out of the package, looking beautiful, like she does in the cartoon. That animated look on the head is fantastic. And she's got the X on the side, X on the other side. And she is double jointed, pinless, elbows and knees, modern Marvel articulation all across the board. The big question though is, like with all female figures, so we have the upper abdomen crunch, and that's where she has her swivel, so there's no waist swivel or crunch there, which they could do. They proved it when they did that Psylocke for the Gamerverse, so it's standard articulation for females. I just find it unfortunate that they get the short end of the stick, unless you're getting like that Black Widow or the Psylocke that I just mentioned. You know, they could give them all that treatment, but they don't. They should. But, you know, standard articulation, still good. Still good. It's still good. It's still good. All right, and so she comes with this hand here, which is the fisted hand holding her glove, and then an exposed hand. And then she also comes with an additional fisted hand. And let me double check something real quick. Hold on. She came with 2 fisted hands. Where the other one is at the moment is beyond me. I've got all these figures came in pretty much simultaneously. Over the last month and a half, I have gotten more figures than I did the entire year last year. So it's around here somewhere. I probably have it in my fodder box already, because this is kind of how I was going to display her. So just so you're aware, she does come with 2 additional fisted hands. So you could, like, if you didn't want her holding this and a hand exposed, you do have 2 additional fisted hands. So she's a good figure. Not my favorite out of the bunch, which is why I skipped out on her, and I immediately regretted it. But we remedied that with Hasbro's re-release. So did you guys get her? Did you get her the first time around, or did you have to wait like me? Let me know in the comments. And with that, let's get a little more into Anna Marie, aka Rogue.
Rogue Anna Marie LaBeouf. First appearance, Avengers Annual Number 10, 1981. Created by Chris Claremont. Writer, Michael Golden. Artist,
Interestingly, Rogue first appeared in Avengers Annual Number 10, not in an X-Men book. Although the X-Men did make a cameo, she was another genius creation by Chris Claremont, the legend. Rogue's powers activated for the first time when she had her first kiss with her boyfriend Cody, which ended up putting him into a coma. She ran away from home, and she was recruited to the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and adopted by Mystique and Destiny. Rogue learned through Destiny that Ms. Marvel, aka Carol Danvers, was destined to bring tragedy to their lives, so Rogue decided to secretly attack Ms. Marvel. In the fight, Rogue absorbed Carol's powers, but holds on so long that she accidentally absorbs her entire persona, as well as permanently absorbing her super strength and ability to fly, as well as her psyche. The event traumatizes Rogue, so she had no choice but to seek the help of the Brotherhood's enemy, Professor X. It took some time, but Xavier was able to help Rogue rid herself of Ms. Marvel's psyche, and she became a full member of the X-Men team. She did, however, retain several of Carol's powers permanently. And with that, let's check out her powers and abilities.
Powers and abilities. Memory and power absorption through physical contact. Permanently absorbed superpowers. Superhuman strength. Speed. Stamina. Reflexes. Mere invulnerability. Flight.
Rogue's power from birth is her ability to absorb the powers, energy, memories, knowledge, talents, personality, and physical abilities, whether superhuman or not, through skin-to-skin contact. There is no limit on how many abilities she can possess at any given time. Most of her victims fall unconscious as a result of the absorption, and if she holds on long enough, they may fall into a coma or even die. Rogue often takes the physical characteristics of those she touches if they're a mutant, and as a result of their mutation have noticeable physical characteristics. For example, if she touches Nightcrawler, she turns blue. She has permanently gained superhuman strength, speed, stamina, reflexes, near invulnerability, and flight as a result of her absorption of Ms. Marvel, or Captain Marvel as she's known now. Let's see how she ranks on the grid. Cerebro, please pull up the power grid.
Accessing power grid. Analyzing subject.
As always, you can find these power grids at marvel.fandom.com or on the backs of various Marvel trading cards. Interestingly, depending on what power she absorbs, her power grid could reach all 7s, but we're going to be covering where she stands on a day-to-day basis. Our first category is strength. She's at a 5. Mutant strength, which I've always said isn't a very good description, but when you look at the placement in the categories, it's above her world record bench press strength and below rocket engine power, so she's incredibly strong. Next up is intelligence. She's at a 2, normal human intelligence. She's not a dummy by any stretch, but she's very average when it comes to her intelligence. Moving on to speed, she's at a 5, and that's no surprise. Taking Carol Danvers' power, she's able to reach speeds of Mach 1, exceeding 770 miles per hour. That's one fast Southern Belle. Our next category is fighting ability. She's at a 2, normal human fighting ability. And as I've said before, when you're this powerful, your technical fighting ability is irrelevant. Rogue is more of a smash and bash type of combatant. Similar to the Hulk, if you will. Maybe not as unrestrained, but she relies on that incredible strength rather than fighting technique. On to the next category, durability, another 5, bulletproof. Stronger and harder than any normal human's body, which makes her very difficult to injure. There are few foes that can inflict the kind of damage that's going to take Rogue down. There are plenty of examples of her getting blasted by all sorts of weapons, and she remains unfazed, not to mention taking direct punches from the likes of the Juggernaut and brushing it off. It's safe to say she's one of the most durable X-Men. Moving on to agility, she's at a 2, normal human agility. Nothing in her power set makes her more agile. That is unless she absorbs somebody's powers that grant her boosted agility. But day to day, she's walking around at a 2. Normal human like you or me. And our final category, energy projection. She's at a 1. She has no energy projection at all. No energy blasts, like I said, all of these categories could be boosted to a 7 depending on whose powers and abilities she manages to absorb. And there have been times where she's borrowed the powers of the rest of her teammates. And I'm sure it boosted her all the way up, but they are not permanently retained. So day to day, this is where she stands. Looking at her overall stats, it's safe to say Rogue is a powerhouse. Her strength, speed, durability are all at 5s, making her an incredibly powerful and dangerous mutant. Not to mention, if she gets her hands on you, there's a chance you're going to wake up with a real bad headache, and she will have gotten whatever she needed from you, including your memories and a bit of your personality. She may have started off as a villain, but she has more than proved herself to be a key member of the X-Men. And although we've gotten to see lots of Rogue in the comics, they never really did her justice in the movies, but in the X-Men the Animated Series, and continuing with X-Men 97, we get a real good look at Rogue in all her southern glory. And that reminds me, Cerebro, let them know.
Be sure to check out X-Men 97 Reactions with Talent. Don't forget to subscribe.
Definitely check out my X-Men 97 reactions. Season 1 is up and available to watch, so go check those out. And if you could, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Every click goes a long way to helping the channel grow, and I appreciate all of you who are supporting me and my journey with this channel. That's all for today. I'm Talent the X-Centric Collector, reminding you, keep collecting. And until next time, Excelsior!